Next on deck with Tim Black.
I don't want Trump doing what Democrats do, which is virtual signal to black people, and we go, I don't want us doing that. Working class Americans, no matter what color you are, where you come from, whose comb you use, or if you have no comb, no need for a comb. Your name is not Angela Bassett, nor Whitney Houston, rest her soul. Don't be waiting to exhale. Just because somebody said some shit, make them produce. And I want Trump to have to produce results.
Data analyst Harry Etten. Sir, okay. I mean, look, it's the congressional GOP. It's the House GOP. If the House GOP is under any illusions that Donald Trump's fall in the polls won't bring them down as well, they are living on Fantasy Island. What are we talking about here? Let's take a look at the generic congressional ballot. Democrats versus Republicans. We have 3 polls out within the last few weeks. What do they all show? They all show the Democrats up by 2 points in the CNBC poll. The Fox News poll that was out on Friday, look at that. Democrats up by 7. The New York Times poll that was out this Friday as well, but Democrats by 3. And keep in mind, the House GOP won the popular vote back in 2024 by a little less than 3 percentage points. So when you see 3, 7, 2, averaging 4, that is a tremendous shift. That is a shift of 7 points from the November 2024 elections away from the GOP to the House Democrats. Donald Trump dragging down the House Republicans. where are we seeing this shift in a most pronounced way?
Where are we seeing it? We've spoken about it, Mr. Berman. We're talking about independents. This is how you know that Trump is bringing down the House GOP. Look at Trump's net favorable rating. In October of 2024, according to the New York Times, it was minus 9 points. Look at where it is now, minus 30 points among independents. That's horrific. That's historically awful. Take a look at the generic ballot. In October of 2024, the Democrats were ahead, but only by 3, well within the margin of error. Look at where they are now, up 17 points. There is no way on God's green earth that the Republicans can hold on to the House of Representatives if they lose independence by 17 percentage points. My goodness gracious. This is what dreams are made of if you're House Democrats, and it's all being driven, or at least in large part being driven, by Donald Trump's rapid drop with independence.
What does history tell us about how a party does heading into a midterm with the type of lead that Democrats have right now?
Yeah, okay, so I went back through history, right? And I looked at the opposition minority party. That, of course, is the Democrats right now. They're a minority in the House to the opposition of the party in the White House, Donald Trump, a Republican. The average House seats won by the opposition minority party, 234 when leading the generic ballot this early by at least 4 percentage points. That happened in 2006 and 2018. 2 huge Democratic years. Democrats love this number. Of course, we still have months to go. We'll see if history repeats itself.
We do, but this is an answer to the question is, why does it matter what these numbers show right now 100 days into the president's term? Well, there's some history that shows it might matter.
It's exactly right. Oftentimes, the generic ballot actually is quite predictive at this point.
Harriet, thank you very much.
Thank you, my friend.
Let's bring in right now CNN Washington Bureau Chief and Political Director David Chalian. There is a lot that is said. There's a lot that has changed when you look at these poll numbers for this president. It is.
Yeah, man, I'm trying to tell you, man, it's all they were talking about today, but I wanted to give you a real overview of everything that they're saying. And like I said, man, it's all the same numbers. They're saying, hey, Trump is falling in all these categories.
About the historic independents have really slid in their approval of Donald Trump. Again, if you look back mid-February, it was at 43% among independents. That is all the way down 12 points now to only 31% approval among independents. That becomes a political problem, if not necessarily for Donald Trump, perhaps for his party, who has to face voters in the midterm elections a year and a half from now. But we were talking about the historic nature of that. And if you stack up his approval rating now to all of his modern day predecessors, you see that 41% approval is at the bottom of the list, Kate. Just take a look at all those numbers there. Everyone else at this point in their presidency, including Donald Trump himself 8 years ago, had a higher mark than he has today.
You can't deny it. It's what it is. He's sticking up the place at the moment. And I think, just based on my coverage, man, we do this. I would think it had to do with the tariffs, but not just the tariffs. Has to do with the whole Elon Musk thing. Yeah, I think the Elon Musk, the Doge, was part of it. I think the relentless coverage of it. Elon Musk with a chainsaw running around, talking about cutting jobs. I think that cut people the wrong way. Yeah, I think the chainsaw cut people the wrong way. And it is what it is. But it was very smart of Trump because even though it appears that he's taking a hit, he could kind of put it on Elon and get a lot of the stink off of him. I know there are people saying he won't be able to do it. I think he will be able to slip some of the responsibility for it. And I always remind people that Trump ain't running for re-election. He already won. It is what it is. But as people are talking about this and they're focused on it, I do want to point out a couple of things about why maybe the Democrats are getting a little bit ahead of themselves. I've seen some people rejoicing, some people slamming the ball a little bit, spiking the ball, getting a little hyper. And I just want to remind you, we are talking about Donald Trump. We're talking about someone who has the ability to pull his supporters. He's won his nomination 3 times in a row. So, yeah. Pose the struggle to accurately capture Trump's momentum or how his support it really is in real life. We've seen that in 2016 and in 2020. All the polls were off. If you looked at the polls, Hillary was going to be president. Everyone was calling for Hillary to be president up until 5 hours before they called it for Trump. That's how bad the reporting is for Trump. It has to change. I think a lot of people that support Trump don't say they support Trump, and then they go ahead and support Trump. So Trump base remains loyal. I got like a few reasons. Trump's base remains loyal. Despite approval ratings dipping to around 40 to 46%, Trump retains strong support among Republicans, 93% approval on some polls, and MAGA voters. Number 2, the economic concerns could shift sentiment. Inflation and economic dissatisfaction are top voter issues, with 62% of Americans citing inflation as a serious problem. But all you got to do is turn around the inflation, and all of a sudden, because that's a numbers thing. And if the numbers go the other way, so does the sentiment. Yeah, you go from being like, what's this guy doing, to, damn, look at what this guy's doing. And all it would take is for numbers to go the other way. And also, another reason why Democrats shouldn't be so angsty, so ready to throw a party right away, don't call the dancers just yet to come by and jump out your cake, Democrats. You're still vastly unpopular. Yeah, the Democrats are very much unpopular. Look at your own popularity. The Democratic Party is at a historic low itself in favorability, 29% in recent polls. I've seen it lower than 29%. With even 20% of their base viewing them negatively. Trump has a 93% approval rating amongst Republicans. His base still sees him favorably. That's not the case with Democrats. You would think it was when you look at the coverage, the way that they've been talking. All those clips I just showed you, they leave out that Trump's people are happier with Trump than Democrats are happy with Democrats. And if you got people that watch corporate media, well, you can kind of understand why they have a more negative opinion of Trump. But when you ask them about their own people, they're not excited. They're not pumped up about Pete Buttigieg and Kamala. No, they're not. The midterm dynamics favor the out party. Historical trends show the party out of power often gains in midterms, as seen in recent special election wins for Democrats. However, they're not predictive of 2026 outcomes, and Trump's agenda could energize GOP voters if framed as under attack, negating the current polling. So, yeah, like whenever someone's in, we're always looking for somebody on the outside to come in and right the ship. So that's a benefit that you have. When you don't have the ball, people are always quicker to say, hey, maybe these other guys should get a shot. We've seen you do this for almost 2 years. Let's give somebody else a chance. Well, 18 months. It'll be 18 months at that time. Policy wins could reverse trends. Once again, all Trump got to do is get some wins under his belt, and then everything looks different. All the people that say they didn't like it, well, things change. How's the song go? First you didn't know me, now you all on me. That's how it works. That's what the independents will do. Partisan divide, mass broad appeal. While Democrats overwhelmingly disapprove of Trump, 87 to 91% in polls, his approval among independents, 33 to 37%, even a slight uptick amongst Democrats, 9% in some surveys, suggests he retains crossover potential. I don't see any crossover potential in the AOC. Yeah, people keep saying AOC's the heir apparent. Yeah, contrary to your popular opinion, Bernie is not the guy. Okay? So people keep mentioning AOC, but AOC does not have crossover appeal. And we got time until the 26th midterms. So we got 18 months. A lot can change in 6 weeks. Hell, things can change in 6 days. Talk about 16, 18 months? Come on, let's be real. But hey, we got to operate in where we are right now. So where we are right now, this is the story. And I'm down with and not support reporting the news as it is right now. And if you're looking at where it is right now, Trump's not looking so hot. In fact, I'm going to tell y'all something, guys. I'm okay with that. Hey, I'm not here to support Trump. I'm not a Republican. I'm an independent, and I'm going with whoever has the best deal for my folks. That's how we all should be. We should all be looking at who has the better deal, who's offering us the most. We should stop giving our votes to Democrats automatically. Doesn't mean you don't go with them if they give you a better offer. But just like you went with them, you should pull that offer if the offer doesn't materialize. I don't want to hear a bunch of la, 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 la. I don't want to hear that. Well, we were trying to do it. I don't want to hear that. So if Trump is under the gun, maybe that makes Trump produce more. Maybe if Trump feels like, hey, he's going to lose some people in the midterms, maybe that'll make him go into his bag of tricks. See, what I don't like and what I think is horrible is we got a number of people that root against the country they live in as if they have a dual passport somewhere. Yeah, I don't quite get it. Maybe you have to have kids and grandkids in this country and have your blood in the soil, and your ancestors here in this country to feel like maybe you should work on the country that you're in. Yeah, maybe you want to cut and go be like some of the tethers that come to America and then complain about a place they weren't born in, that they're not even citizens in yet. But if you're going to stay here, it'd be kind of a good idea to kind of get behind the home team. And what I'm saying is, hey, if Trump has his back against the wall, maybe that makes him produce. And I'm down for him being more productive. I don't want him to have an easy ride. And what I do not want is I don't want Black Americans. I was worried about this. I don't want Trump doing what Democrats do, which is virtual signal to Black people. And we go, I don't want us doing that. Working class Americans, no matter what color you are, where you come from, whose comb you use, or if you have no comb, no need for a comb. I don't want you exhaling. Your name is not Angela Bassett, nor Whitney Houston, rest her soul. Don't be waiting to exhale. Just because somebody said some shit, make them produce. And I want Trump to have to produce results. So I didn't want him to virtual signal. I didn't want him to put Tim Scott in damn cabinet. Like, that's going to do something. Give Biden Donald's a job. I don't care about that. I don't care about when we going to learn Black faces in high places don't mean anything for the rest of us. White people already know that. They know there's so many white people getting jobs that don't have nothing to do with how well Black white people do. Working class white people know. They know it don't matter. We need to learn that. What we've been learning is corruption don't have a skin color. What we've been finding out is stabbing us in the back, goes, anybody can do that. So my thing is, fine. Yes, Trump's not doing well. You conservative guys are horrible. You won't call it what it is. You made a couple missteps. Some things didn't go right. The tariff thing, he's not really explaining that. It's not crystal clear to everyone how that works. Kevin O'Leary and the other guy went out and talked, and I don't know if it really stuck. You know? I don't know if it stuck with everybody that tariffs were the win that Trump says they are going to be. People want instant gratification. Half of them tariffs ain't even go into effect, and people still pissed off. They ain't seen nothing even go up yet. They already upset and panicking. That's the nature of what people do. But yeah, there have been some missteps. If you can't admit that, well, maybe you're just rooting for teams, man. Root for the people. Root for your pocket. Root for your family. Root for your neighborhood. Root for your community. Don't root for parties. Don't be like the Democrats. They sat around with Biden's economy worse than our economy is right now. They were all quiet. All of them. Throw a rock and hit one of these liberals or progressives in the head. They were quiet as hell. The economy was in the toilet. It was worse than it is now. And were they complaining about it? No, they were silent. They were just as happy because the rule was, if you're a Democrat, you can't complain about nothing that was happening under your administration. They all carried water. Bunch of lames. Now they got something to say. This is up compared to how it was on Biden, you dumb hack. But don't be like them, because being like them is not the answer. That ain't going to help your children or your grandkids or your parents. Now, do better than that. Demand performance. Trump was a superstar in show business. It ain't show friends, it's show business. To show us a business. But just to kind of reiterate the fact that the Democrats don't have much to say, they should shut up, that they are not in any position to be calling this a win or be calling it like they're doing well, or even if this looks good for them in a momentary snapshot of time. They're not in a position to say much, folks. Yeah, I think it's only right for me to remind you of reality here.
Donald Trump is not going to be president of the United States. Take it to the bank.
Okay.
I guarantee it.
All right, all right.
And then, of course, there's Donald Trump. Donald Trump has been saying that he will run for president as a Republican, which is surprising since I just assumed he was running as a joke.
Donald Trump, just last week, he confirmed to the National Review that he is again considering a run in 2016.
Do it. Do it. Look at me. Do it. I will personally write you a campaign check now on behalf of this country, which does not want you to be president, but which badly wants you to run.
So when you stand and deliver that State of the Union address, in no part of your mind or brain can you imagine Donald Trump standing up one day and delivering a State of the Union address?
Well, I can imagine it in a Saturday night skit. I continue to believe Mr. Trump will not be president.
He will never be president of the United States.
And we better be ready for the fact that he might be leading the Republican ticket next. I know you don't believe that, but I want to go on.
Sorry to laugh.
Okay, here we are. And which Republican candidate has the best chance of winning the general election?
Of the declared ones, right now, Donald Trump.
And so, right now, Mr. Trump, to answer your call for political honesty, I just want to say, you're not going to be president, all right? It's been fun. It's been great. I love you. But come on, buddy. All, let's say, cow poo-poo aside, there is zero chance we'll be seeing you being sworn in on the Capitol steps with your hand on a giant golden Bible.
I'll make a prediction, though, for you. I don't really get into predictions much, but this one I'll go way out on a limb. Donald Trump will never, ever be president of the United States. That Trump should not be in this race. He's an absurdity. He is a travesty.
I just noticed there are a couple of people in here that we don't even see anymore. Like haven't seen this guy in 10 years. In Matt Lauer, he got exposed for being a perv. He's been gone for 5 years. It's hilarious.
Donald Trump will never be elected president of the United States.
Donald Trump is a here today, gone tomorrow candidate for president of the United States. Donald Trump is not going to be president of the United States. Ever respectful of the fact that the people have not voted, he's not going to be president of the United States.
Let's be clear. Donald Trump will lose the election.
I mean, he had a really good chance to be different and really have a chance to change things, but he doesn't do the work. He's lazy.
We talk about him every day, and we continuously bash him.
He's not going to be the president. Don't worry about it.
Exactly.
And we're coming to a point where if you're Hillary Clinton, you're honestly probably starting to think about not just whether you will win, but how big your win will be. And then you say that Donald Trump has the best day in the entire world, completely outperforms expectations, and he wins all of the toss-up states. He wins all 5 of those states, plus that electoral college vote in Maine that he's after. If he wins all of the toss-ups, which would be insane because nobody wins all of the toss-up states, even if Donald Trump did win all...
Man, this is so painful, man, but I want you to keep watching. Keep watching. These people all still have jobs. They're all still employed, and they're all still talking and giving their shitty opinions.
All of the toss-up states, he would still lose.
To be a wake-up call to the Republican Party. Despite Boris thinking that Donald Trump could win New York, like this
guy's got a podcast now. It's got like millions of followers on his podcast. He's so dumb. He's such an idiot. There are slugs dying of salt shaking on someone's steps at Virginia Beach, at a beach house in Virginia Beach, that have more brains than this guy. But he's got a very successful podcast.
The presidential race is over.
Could I just cut through? I have one thing to say, one thing only. And that is that this race is over. Tomorrow morning, the money will dry up. The Republicans will start to hide. Trump has no place to go. This race, effectively, as of tonight, is no longer a presidential race. Everything I know about presidential politics, and I've been through 5 of them, I've never seen one like this. This race is over. You might as well accept it. And the question now is, how do you minimize damage? And the only way you can do that, it seems to me, is to try to grab hold of some old conservative value things and do what Mondale did in '84, which is try to save a few people down ballot. But as far as Donald Trump's concerned, it will never, ever, ever happen.
President Obama will go down as perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States! Exclamation point at real Donald Trump. Well, at real Donald Trump, at least I will go down as a president.
And it's like this. President-elect of the United States, Donald John Trump.
Oh, God. Yeah. Yeah, man. Don't go judging the book by its cover. This is Trump. They think he can't ball. The guy's balling lights out. Draining him. Fuck it. Yeah. Yeah. Boop. On point. What I saw this, I just saw this. Let me put this in here. He's setting up JD Vance. Boom. Fuck it. Out. See ya. Look at that. Look at that. It's six. Man. Oh, look how Stockton got it. Lights out, baby. Yeah. What I'm trying to tell you, man, is you have no idea He would get different defense. Look, guys, check it out. Look. At the end of the day, the Democratic Party is in no way a party that could ever get on a soapbox and talk down to anyone about anything at any time. They're horrible. Their last 2 nominations for their party show it all. Look, they don't even have primaries in their party. And they rigged their own primaries. Last time they didn't even have one. So they're not the people, they're not in a position to ever gloat, pound their chests, or pretend that they should be respected by anyone who actually keeps score. At the end of the day, Donald Trump has won his primary 3 times in a row. Run his nomination 3 times in a row. He beat out career politicians and took the win. In this video, and we only talk about the one election. I didn't even have time to put in the second win that he had. So it is what it is. All that being said, let's make him earn it. Let's make him put some wins on the board for us, because it doesn't matter how much they win. It's about if the people can win. That's what the game should be about. All right, folks, my name is Tim Black. Thank you for joining us tonight. Had a great time, as always. Become a member of the Tim Black Wolfpack by going to Tim Black, join TimBlack.com, or find me on Patreon. It's Tim's Take Live. Join us, become a member, starting at only $5 a month. You can do this. I think we got something unique going on here with this show. We got a great community of people that support this. You keep it real. Send your story ideas to me. Either DM me on the respective social media platforms, or hit me up at tim@timblacktv.com. Perfect. You made it to the end of the video. I appreciate you. Now, Google thinks this next video is going to be perfect for you. It's right up your alley. So click the next video, watch that with me, and let's keep this politics going. You're built for this.